Before we start it, let's take a quick look at the materials we will need. I'm using a 3.5 mm crochet hook, but feel free to use any hook size that matches your yarn. A yarn needle and then a pair of scissors to cut the yarn, and a stitch marker, safety pin or even a bobby pin will work just to mark your stitches. For my colors, I'm using pink for the main body, white for the flower and brown for the center. Of course, you can mix and match any colors you like to make it your own. Now that we have everything ready, let's get started. First, let's make a slip knot. Wrap the end of the yarn around your finger like this to make a cross, and then take your working arm through the loop like this. Now take your hook and insert into that circle, and then gently tighten it. Don't make it too tight or it will be difficult for you to work. Then just hold your yarn like this, yarn over, pull through the loop. This is our chain 1. Again, yarn over, pull through the loop. This is chain 2. Continue making chains in the same way until you have 15 chains in total. This is our foundation chains, so if you would like a larger pouch, then simply make more chains. If you prefer a smaller one, then make fewer chains. The size is completely up to you. After making 15 chains, we will work into that chains. Insert your hook into the second chain from the hook and make a single crochet. Here is how. So now you have total of 3 loops, yarn over, pull through both. Let me show you again. Insert your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both the loops. That's how you have to make single crochets. Continue making one single crochet in each remaining chain, and the pattern is simple. Just insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both the loops. Keep repeating this all the way to the end of this row, and by the time you finish, you will have a total of 14 single crochets in this row. Now let's move on to the next row. First, make chain 1 and turn your work. And before we continue, let's take a closer look at our stitches. Every stitches make a shape which is V, and each V has 2 loops. This is the front loop and this is the back loop. We will work on the back loop. So let's start. We just need to insert our hook into the back loop. This is our chain, and by skipping the chain, I'm just going to insert my hook into that back loop and make a single crochet. It's just a regular single crochet but into the back loop like this. Insert your hook into the back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both the loops. And we will continue making this until we reach to the end of this row. And again, by this end of this row, you will have total of 14 back loop only single crochets. Let's continue it. Now make chain 1 again and turn your work, and repeat exactly the same process. So by skipping the chain 1, just insert your hook into the back loop and make a regular single crochet. From this point onward, every row is worked the same way. So every single row, when you will start a new row, chain 1 and turn your work and make one back loop only single crochet in each stitch across the row. Since I started with 15 foundation chains, I will have 14 single crochets in every row. If you have started with more or fewer chains, your stitch count will be a bit different. But anyways, it's easy to count, so let's continue, and you have to repeat this pattern until you reach to your desired length. I will continue mine until I reach to my desired length. Our piece is now almost finished. Mine is about 35 to 40 centimeters long because I'm making a pin pouch. Before we finish, let's create a buttonhole so we can open and close the pouch. Start by making chain 1 because we are starting a new row, so let's make chain 1 like this and turn your work. Now if you start it with 15 foundation chains, work 4 back loop only single crochets. But if your foundation chain is longer or shorter, simply adjust the stitches on each side so your buttonhole stays centered, because then we will make a hole for the buttonhole. So here, after making 4 back loop only single crochets, make 6 chain. And the number of chains you make for the buttonhole should match the number of stitches you skip. So for my pouch, I will chain 6 and skip 6 stitches. And then work 4 more back loop only single crochets. And by this end of this row, our buttonhole is complete. But we have to make few more rows, actually 2 more rows, to actually make it looking pretty much better. So here I have finished. So chain 1 and turn your work again. And now this time we will make back loop only single crochets all the way to the end, including the chains. So for next 4 stitches, it will be the regular back loop only single crochet, and for the chains, just insert your hook into the chain like a normal one and make a single crochet. Again, do it for 6 times because I have made 6 chains, so I will do it for like 6 times. Insert your hook into that stitch and make a single crochet. And then I will end this row like a regular row because the stitch is literally the same. So I'm going to complete it like the other ones. And then I will make 1 single crochet and repeat the same pattern. Like for the next row, we will make back loop only single crochets all the way until you reach to the end of this row. And then we will cut the yarn and we will secure that. So let's continue making back loop only single crochets. Now pull your hook like this and then cut the yarn. And take the end of the yarn through this circle or loop to secure it even more. And after doing that, take your hook, insert it through any random stitch and pull through it, the end of the tail. So just repeat this 2 to 3 times and then trim off any excess yarn. And then our crochet piece is finally complete. Let me do mine. I'm going to repeat it a few more because my end of this yarn is pretty long. So now I'm going to trim it. And it's ready. Now let's fold it and measure it to turn it into our pouch. Fold the bottom half up and then fold the top flap down. Since I am making a pen pouch, I will use a pen to check the size. You can also do the same or simply fold it to the size you prefer. Like I'm going to use a pen and measure it like this, how much I have to sew, and this is the top part. Once you are happy with the shape, mark the fold corners with stitch markers, like the top portion, the corners of the top portion. This will help keep everything in place. I'm going to use stitch markers or safety pins, like I'm going to use safety pins here, but you can use stitch markers or even a bobby pin will work. So, yep. Next, we will sew the side parts. So, take your yarn needle and thread in it and tie a knot at the end of the yarn. So now, starting from the inside, like this, sew both sides together. I'm going to hide it like this. Okay, so now sew the both parts together using a simple running stitch or any sewing method you are comfortable with. Since I'm not pro here, so you can use any kind of joining method that you're comfortable with. So I'm going to continue this pattern until I reached to my stitch markers. I will continue making this. I will continue repeating this joining method until I reach to the end. And make sure you leave the top flap open since it will be the opening of the pouch. So let's continue making both the sides. Sew one side completely, then repeat the same steps on the other side. Once both sides are sewn, we will move on the final step. For the final step, we have to secure the yarn by weaving it through a few random stitches. Like I have done making both the sides. Now let's secure this part. So just sew a random stitches like this. And then we have to make one last stitch on the inside, like this. I'm going to make another one. Like it's up to you. Whenever you feel like your yarn is secured enough, then you can cut the yarn off. So now I'm going to cut the yarn. And that's it. Our pouch is completely finished. Now let's move on to the flower part. If you want, you can add buttons here, but I think flower will be a better option. So to make a flower, first let's make a magic circle. Wrap the end of the yarn around your two fingers to form a cross like this. Now turn your finger and then take your hook. Insert your hook under the first strand and grab, then twist and yarn over, pull through the loop. That's your magic circle. Now I'm going to make 5 single crochets into that circle. Take the both strands and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both the loops. like a regular single crochets. Because this is my first single crochet of this magic ring, I'm going to mark it with a safety pin. You can use stitch markers or a bobby pin as well. And now let's make 4 single crochets into that magic circle. 2 more. So in our magic circle we have total of 5 single crochets. Now pull the end of the yarn like this so that the loop is closed, and we have work into our first single crochet. So remove the stitch marker and go through the first single crochet, pull up a loop and pull through that previous loop. So basically we have joined those rounds with a slip stitch. Now let's make chain 2, and into that same stitch we will make a double crochet. So yarn over, go through the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then again yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's our 1 double crochet, and then chain 1, and we have to make slip stitch on the top of the double crochet. So let me close it to you. So here you can see 2 loops on the top of the double crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop and pull through the previous loop like this. I hope you can see the strands here, and we have to make again double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then again yarn over, pull through 2, and again chain 1, and again on top of the double crochet we have to make slip stitch like this. I hope this part is clear to you. If not, then you can comment down below and I will actually show you separately or make a video how you can do it. Now next, make another double crochet and then again make chain 2 and then find the next stitch. Make sure you are going to put slip stitch into that very next stitch because it sometimes gets hide into this new stitches, but make sure you are going to make slip stitch into that stitch only. Then again repeat the patterns, make chain 2, yarn over, go through the same stitch, pull up a loop and make 1 double crochet. Again make chain 1 and make a slip stitch on the top of the double crochet like this. Again make a double crochet into that same stitch, then chain 1 and again make slip stitch on top of that double crochet like this. Then make again another double crochet and then make chain 2 like this. Then again find the very next stitch and make a slip stitch there. Repeat this same pattern for 3 more times to make a flower, and then we will go to make the center part. So let's repeat. After you finish, we have to make a slip stitch into that very next stitch you find like this. And then pull the yarn a little, and I'm going to cut the yarn and secure like how I showed you before. So like this, and then I'm going to tie a knot in the back to make it a little bit more secure. Now thread your needle with a different color of yarn. I'm using brown for the flower center, and tie a knot at the end of the yarn. Then bring the needle up through the center of the flower like this, and here for each petal make 5 long straight stitches. So just like this, insert your needle on top of the petal, and then just go through the same process with every single petal like I'm showing you here. Because this part is based on your observation, so you will get how I'm doing it only if you focus and observe how I am doing. So let's continue making the rest of the flower just like I'm showing you. Next, add a few more small stitches around the larger strands to give it a more finished look. This part is easier to understand by watching, so just follow along with the video. Like this. So just start from a little bit shorter height from the long strands and repeat the same thing. Just go through the center and then again make the next pattern, and here you can add 2 smaller strands for the longer strands, but you can go with 1 strands, 1 smaller strands as well. So I hope you understand what I am showing or what I am saying. After you finish stitching the rest of the petals, you have to secure your yarn in the back and then cut the yarn. To give the flower a little extra charm, I'm adding a touch of blush, but this step is completely optional. You can skip it if you want, but I'm doing it. It will give the flower a little bit more personality. So this is how I'm doing that. I'm going to blush only the edges. After adding the blush to the rest of the petals, you have to attach the flower just above the buttonhole, like I'm showing you, like right in the center. I'm going to use glue because it's quick and easy, but you can also sew it on if you prefer. Just make sure it is in the center and then you are done. This is how it's gonna be closed, like after sewing or gluing. This is how you have to go through, and this is the opening. So this is how you have to make it, and I will come back when I am like ready to show you guys my new pouch. And that's our pouch finished. You can use it as a pin pouch. This is how it's going to open, and here I'm going to use it for my pins. But as it's a multi purposed pouch, so you can use pins or like use for placing or organizing crochet hooks or to store any small accessories. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye. Take care. Thank you so much, guys.